Hi, and welcome back to the Uniquely Yours Crochet Podcast. And it has been a long time, as you can see from the title of this video, but I am back, people. All I can say is grief is a journey. And I've been on the roller coaster this past year with losing my dad, and for a good long while, I wasn't even picking up the crochet hook for some months. Just didn't have my crochet, didn't have a desire to do anything surrounding crochet. It was very weird. However, praise God, I got my crochet back. And healing is a process, and sometimes you have to go through the process to get to your healing, and I am on my way. So if you have stuck around, I know I've lost some subscribers over this past year that I've been in and out, more so out, and so I hope that some folks come on back. I hope that you guys tune in and hang out with me. I don't know how often I will be back on, but I endeavor to get back into the swing of things. So, through Facebook and Instagram, I saw that the big thing right now was bucket hats and ruffle hats. And so that is kind of where my crochet started coming back. I kind of piqued the interest, and so I have tons of finished objects that I want to show you. I'm doing my first vendor event of the season tomorrow, and so before I put this in my bin to take with me in the morning, I thought I would shoot this and show you guys some of my finished makes, some of my, I have a whip, and then I have a long-standing unfinished object / whip that I put down last winter and didn't pick back up for months. So I want to show you guys that. And yeah, so again, if you're tuning in and you're like, girl, where you been? Yeah, I couldn't get on camera without getting teary-eyed for a long time. And so I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to keep getting on and crying, and talking about anything was making me cry. So I'm back. And so I appreciate each and every one of you. If you can, I don't have my sign, it's in storage. A lot has happened in this past year. However, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, get my algorithm and things back going so it can show up in people's timelines and different things like that with YouTube, I'd appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you everyone who was praying for me and sending thoughts and all those things. Yeah, so anywho, let me get into talking about this crochet. So as you can see, I have on a bucket hat. It's a Granny Stitch bucket hat, and it's by a YouTuber, and I will link, because I can't remember, I will drop her link because I have it saved to my watch later. So I will drop her link in this tutorial. It's a Granny Stitch tutorial, and this is I used a bunch of scrap yarn, and I kind of did the Russian knot and just kept going until I finished. I just pulled the yarn as it came. And so, yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm keeping it for myself, I decided, because it has a lot of purple in it, and I love purple. Okay, so you're going to see quite a few of this pattern. And then some patterns I mixed and matched. I started out doing one pattern and then kind of winged it at the end and did my own thing and some other things. So my mannequin is going to help me kind of show you guys. So this is a Granny Stitch bucket, but then I added ruffles to the end of it just to make it a little more feminine and add just a little bit more flair. This is Sugar Will Cotton Mini that I had in my stash. I've been using up stash yarn, so all that you are going to see, save a few things, have been made with stash. When I moved in with my mother after my father passed. I really moved in when my dad decompensated and I haven't left, but I moved in officially earlier this year, and I brought with me 7 large bins of yarn, y'all. You know, and so you're used to my yarn wall behind me, and it's no more for right now. But when I packed up the yarn, I couldn't believe how much yarn I had. And I had bought yarn while I had been here with my mom before I even went back home and packed up things. So, yeah. So all of this is made out of stash because, yeah. When you realize how much of a yarn hoarder you really are. This one I don't think is going to fit on my mannequin. I might have to take her wig off to put this on it because it's kind of small. I made it for like a tween or a smaller person. Yeah, if I take her wig off, she can. So, yeah, it's stretching it out just a little bit because, again, I made it for a smaller person. But and the tutorial for this will be in the description box below as well. So it's granny squares, 5 flower kind of granny squares with a ruffle edge. Again, all stash yarn. This feels like all different kinds of red heart. And so it's a bucket hat with some ruffles for a small person. And thought that was super cute. Love the colors. Again, I was just grabbing different combinations and things, and this is in no particular order of when I made them or how I made them. So this is the first ruffle hat pattern I tried out, with kind of the wide top with the ruffle brim. I think I did 3 rows of the ruffle. And this is some Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn clearance that I had in stash. And I made 2. I had made like a mommy and me set. So I made that, and if I can get my hands on the other one. And then I made a smaller one. So with the rest of the yarn, again, she's not going to do it justice because it's made for a smaller person. But yes, I made a smaller one because I had enough yarn to do so. And I found that on YouTube as well. So I will post that tutorial. This is another one that I made. Again, it's like more... Uh-oh. Girl, you lost your hat. Oh, please. It's giving drama. It's giving sun hat on the beach, on a cruise. Like, yeah. So, this is Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn as well from Stash and clearance. Not sure of the colorway. But so those were like the straight up ruffle that I made, and then like that the first hat I showed you, I did like a combination of bucket and ruffle, and I was just trying out all types of things because I was really feeling making hats. If you lose your crows, y'all, making a hat is a really good way to get it back. Okay, girl. So this is from Stash, Red Heart, Super Saver clearance yarn. I think I got from Joann's. It's kind of got like a denim type of feel, but it's more teal. It's coming up pretty correct in the camera. And so it's the same pattern as the one that I had. I made a bunch of these. These were the first ones I actually made. So you're going to see when I started crocheting again. And again, all this has been in the last 2.5, 3 weeks. So I've been on a mission. So I made some of them smaller for people. This one was kind of for someone with a smaller head This one, as you can see, is coming down over her eyes. Is for someone with like a bigger head like me. This is some loops and threads, but I got it from Ollie's on their blowout clearance closeout. And I have a few balls of yarn, and I'm using it in my whip as well. Just trying to get that out of stash. This is another same pattern. This is also Ollie's yarn. This wig, me and her about to fight with this wig. She might just have to be bald headed for the rest of the podcast. But yeah, so it's variegated. I tried to do like give it the brim a little bit of flare so that it looked a little more feminine. Because of the colors. Again, I did tons of those. So then several more of that same pattern. This is Red Heart neon stripes that I had in stash. There she is. She sharp, put it down over her eye. But yeah, and if you didn't know something about this yarn, I didn't know that it glows under black light, like until I went to Zap Zone wearing a set back in like December, and we were under black light, and my sister's like, "You're glowing in the dark." I was like, "Oh, sweet." So if you use any of this Red Heart neon stripe, and I think it comes in like not striped, but it's still neon like ish, where it's variegated. Yeah, it glows in the dark, so that's cool. And then this was a clearance. I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby clearance that I didn't know what to do with. This one ball of it, and it's like so ugly. It's cute. I don't know. It's just a weird, you know, you bought it because it was 99 cents at Hobby Lobby and you couldn't pass it up, but you didn't know what to, I had it for a long time. Didn't know what to do with it. So I made a bucket hat. Somebody will love it. Put it with some jeans or something and rock it. Okay, this is another smaller one for a person with a smaller head. I'm gonna take her hair off real quick. Again, this is a lot. This is a long one. So for those people who like long ones, you're welcome. This is I got this in the Santa sack probably 2 years ago. A few balls of this Lion brand something or another, if you recognize it. It's a variegated. It comes in like a smaller skein of yarn, and so I was trying to use that as well. I think if I did it again, I would probably alternate between like a black or a white, because it's kind of really busy. However, if you have an all black like jacket or coat for the fall, because all of this is made in acrylic yarn, because we were nearing towards the fall, so I didn't want to make stuff in cotton and get stuck with it till next year. So yeah, if you rock it with a sweater or something like that that's all black, then this will set it off. But it is kind of busy, but whatever. Okay, so that's all of nope, one more in that pattern. Y'all, I made so many of these hats. Now this is actually in like denim. The other one was like a teal denim look, but this is like a denim look. Same pattern. This is Red Heart Super Saver. Not sure the name of it. It was in stash, 99 cents. So I used that. Okay. Now I tried I tried the granny square version. So I made 5 granny squares, sewed them together in the bucket hat. And this one is for a person with a bigger head, as you can see, and then tried to ruffle the brim just a little bit, so it's halfway between straight, halfway between ruffled. This is Grape Fizz, and then this is like grape, I think, both Red Heart, or this may be no, this, it feels like Red Heart. So it's Red Heart, again, all in stash, trying to use up random balls of yarn. Mostly making room so I can buy more. Let's just be real. But I'll be able to justify it, right? Okay, so this is another pattern that I found on YouTube, and I will link. I don't know if I added the ruffles myself or if it was a part of the pattern. I can't remember. But this one wasn't. This one had 5 smaller granny squares and a large, like, hexagon shaped one for the top, and I didn't like how that came together at the crown. So but I do like the shape, and it's in our if you're from Michigan, it's in our Lions colors, our Detroit Lions colors. And so I kind of want to keep this for myself, but I am going to take it to my vendor events. But yeah, and I just did it's a red heart stripes, don't know the colorway, but it was a single ball of yarn that I had random, and I think I had to finish it with plain old white because I ran out doing the ruffles, because if you guys don't know, ruffles take up a lot of yarn. All right, these are just straight up bucket hats. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I posted a picture of Jamie Foxx in a bucket hat, and it was something like this. So I have been playing with patterns, trying to get as close to that as possible. So this is like straight up, but it has a straight brim, more gender neutral except for the colorway, but the style, like, you could rock it. But it's and I didn't have enough, because this was, I was using up, I'll show it to you, it's over here, it's a finished object as well. I did the crop top by DOY Creations, and I had a little bit of yarn left, so I tried to make a matching bucket hat for it, but I had to make the crown all white because I only had enough to do 4 colored granny squares. And so it's just a solid granny square. Found that on YouTube as well, just how to make a solid granny square. And because I don't think I've done a solid granny square before, which is odd. And then so I just been playing with that. I had somebody want one close to Jamie Foxx's, so I was trying to get it as close as possible. And that's actually in my car, ready to give to the person. So this video is long, y'all. I'm sorry. This is another one, bucket hat. This yarn is new, the new Joanne, what's their brand? Big Twist. They have some like variegated that they're throwing in there, and so this is Big Twist white, and then I don't know what this colorway is, and I think I threw away the ball band. But again, it's solid granny square. And the brim, I did a half double crochet. I kind of threw this together myself. Half double crochet around the brim and finished it off with a single crochet at the end. So 2 rounds of half double crochet. I crocheted them together with the variegated yarn. And yeah. And then one more bucket hat. This, somebody asked for camo and black. So this is the first rendition I made of it, and then I made them a solid granny square in this. So this I'm just going to take with me tomorrow to my vendor event. This is more gender neutral, I think, like, because of the camo and black. It is 5 granny squares. They're sewn together in a circle, and then the crown is sewed on, and then I did I think I did 2 rounds of double crochet for the brim. So yeah, what's next? Okay, so I found this yarn in my stash, and it's beautiful and sparkly, and so I made a uh-oh, girlfriend, hold on, get on stable ground now. I had to take her wig off. Okay, there she is. So I put a flower on her. It's just a regular old beanie with the front post, back post, double crochet, made a flower, and then there's a cowl to go with it. So it would just sit up around your neck like that. Yeah. And it's just mesh stitch. And I didn't use a pattern, I just kind of winged it. And then one more, the crop top that I was telling you about by DOY Creations. And this is some I Love This Yarn clearance as well. And I think it goes real cute with this bucket hat. So if somebody buys the set, I think they'll be sharp. So yeah, I did that. And then last finished object is, this was when I knew my Crojo was coming back, is I pulled a million random, and this is, it's caught on a hanger, hold on, because I don't want to pull any stitches out. I pulled a million different yarns out of stash and made a Granny Hexi cardigan. I don't know. Let's see. So, yeah, scoop back. And so it is 2 granny hexagons, and I made them simultaneously. So when I did a row on the one side, I did a row on the other to make sure that there was enough yarn to, but I didn't color control. I just kind of did whatever. I extended the sleeves once I sewed the hexes together. I've used the tutorial and I will put it down below. I cuffed the sleeve so it gives a cuff. I did a little bit of a collar. But the construction of this was really good, really thoughtful. The tutorial, I will show you, but yeah, I love this. I'm taking it with me. It's like a coat of many colors. It fits like anywhere, probably from a medium to an extra large can pull it off. So a medium, it'll be a little oversized. Large, extra large, it'll fit just fine. And if you can't tell, I used the leftover yarns for my hat that I'm wearing, because I had a little bit left and I was like, go ahead and use that up. So yes, so that's my last finished object, and I'm working on what I'm calling Hi Barbie. Is another granny hexagon, and I pulled all different types of pink, either solid, different color solid pinks or variegated pink. And so I'm doing 2 new hexagons, and it's gonna be my Hey Barbie, because that's all the rage right now is with the Barbie movie. And so I'm gonna do a pink one, because that was like purples and teals and blues. And this has like a little variegated here and there, as you can see, but it's going to be just all different types of pink. So last night I went into my stash. All this was done last night and today, off and on while I was working. So I have a bin full of pink yarns that I am working with. And then my long-standing unfinished object is I was making myself some granny square pants, like some 70s style granny square pants. And these look huge. However, the plan is to bring in the waist. But yeah, so I had ran out of yarn to make the squares. So I was kind of going as I went, just to kind of get an idea how many squares I would need. And so my plan is to do a front post, back post to extend the waist, so to make them kind of high waist, and then do a drawstring so I can pull them in on my waist. And I really would like to do a photo shoot. This is Red Heart Super Saver, and this is like neon. So I don't know what I would pair it with a solid top of some sort. And I really would want to use it as like, I don't know, advertisement of some sort. But I started this last winter, and it's been sitting once I kind of lost my Crojo. I was using a tutorial. I'm pretty sure I saved it in my watch later, so if I find it, I will put it in, because she showed you how to do the crotch, which is like the area that you really need to know how to do to kind of make it so it's not like just 2 straight tubes, but it gives you room in the crotch area. So if I like how these come out, I think I'll add it to my repertoire of things that I make However, this is a lot of work, and if I do that, I have to charge people a lot. So there's that. Anywho, yeah, these are going to be for me. So they're plus size, they're wide leg, which is in. So, and I used Red Heart Super Saver neon stripes. And so I just went to Walmart and bought another jumbo skein, which should be more than enough to finish out the legs, which is all I have left. And they're trimmed in, I think, Big Twist black. Every one of them is, so it, after I do a solid granny square with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds of color, and then one, the 8th round is black. And so that is, it was an unfinished object, but it'll be back in the whip, category. So yeah, so it's like 26 minutes now. So if you hung out with me this long, thank you. I appreciate it. Have some goals to meet. I want to get back over 1,000 subscribers, and once I do that, I will be having a giveaway, because I have a bunch of yarn and random things that I bought for the channel, you know, that can go in giveaways and things like that that I want to get rid of. So welcome back. I'm sure you're saying the same thing to me. I'm excited to have my Crojo back. I did work on some washcloths that I have over there, and I actually have one more ruffle hat that I'm not going to get up and go get, because you saw just enough. It was a lot. That was a lot. But I am really excited that I have a bunch of stuff to put on my table tomorrow. I still have tons of things that are in my inventory that I made last year and years prior that I'll pull out and hang up and put on my table when I go to vendor events. But this, you know, people have seen stars and stuff, and so I wanted to do what was trending in addition to things that I already have. And just, people like new and different things, especially with handmade and crochet. Anyway, this might be 2 videos. And I don't know how I'm going to break it up, but because this is so long, I might divide this into 2 videos. And this is Friday night, but you probably won't see this until Saturday morning, if I get this edited and out, if not Sunday. But yeah, so I'm back. I have missed everyone. I've been catching up on podcasts. It was really weird. Because I couldn't like bring myself to crochet, I wasn't like watching all the podcasters and things that I love. My watch later list was growing longer and longer and longer, because I was just like out of sight, out of mind. But yarn is making me happy again. So I'm really excited about that. And like I said, I'm working on this Hello or Hi Barbie. Is it Hello Barbie? Hi Barbie cardigan that I'll be working on until it's done. So hopefully by the end of this weekend, I have Monday off and I'll be crocheting. I'm taking it with me tomorrow for sitting at my table. I love to crochet while I'm at events, so people can see that it is me that's making the things, and also the effort and time that I put into those things, right? Okay, so I don't know, I feel like there's so much I want to say to you guys. I do want to leave you with something, because I always try to do that. What would I want to say? I always want to say that God loves you, and so do I. And that God's love is healing. Even when you're hurt and you don't know if you want to be healed. You're angry or upset or in those stages of grief or whatever you may be going through. But just know that God's love is holding on to you, even when you don't have the strength to hold on to it. That He heals. There's freedom in Him, and that He will give you back things that you feel like you've lost, whether it be your love for crochet or whether it be just your love for life. If you're in a low place and you're watching me, hold on. Help is on the way. And even when you can't hold on, know that God is holding on to you. I am so glad that Jesus loves me, and I am so glad that that I am back, and I am feeling more like myself. And at every day that goes by, every step that I take, I'm healing, and I am I'll never get over the great loss that I experienced, but I am learning every day to live through it and to live every day as if it could be my last. I've been traveling. I turned 40 last month. I know, right? All the things have happened. And I have been checking things off my never done want to do bucket list. I'm going on a cruise in October. Yeah, I am looking forward to living and having life more abundantly, and I pray that all for you all. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you soon, sooner than the last time you saw me. Okay, guys.